Hello everyone, welcome back. Finally, we've got a lot of green in the stock market, so I hope you guys were able to pick up some more shares and made some good money with your SPACs. But today I want us to talk about HCAC Canoo. You guys know it's my number one for this month, but it didn't have a lot of momentum, I'll be honest with you. But yesterday they had the Skateboard day, right? They were going to have their Analyst day where they show off their new presentation, and my expectations were fairly low. If you guys remember from my previous video, I was like, well, are they just going to show us the skateboard once again and defend the subscription model and, not really do anything great? But I was very, very surprised. So, yeah, no big major announcement. However, they are completely changing their strategy when it comes to marketing the company. And I think that is going to be excellent for us as the shareholders. I really do believe that it's going to help with having analysts cover the company. So we'll talk about all of that today. What were they doing before and what are they going to be doing now? And now that's going to impact the stock tremendously, I believe, in the future. So stay tuned right after the intro, but please first like and subscribe. It really helps out, and I'll see you in a second. All right, guys, so let's begin by talking about yesterday's skateboard day and why it was a big deal. So, you guys know that in the past, the company was putting a lot of focus on the bus and the subscription model, and it just was not clicking with the investors and the shareholders. In fact, even myself, who's now very bullish on the company, I just did not like it when I read it in the investor presentation. And it took a lot of convincing myself to start looking into this company more. Now it's one of my top companies that I'm investing in. But yesterday was a clear attempt by them to reset their marketing strategy. And I think it's a very, very good idea because instead of focusing on the bus, now they're really focusing on their engineering and the versatility of the technology platform. So this is professional driver Sarah Price. She's showing the different configurations that you can do with the platform, right? You saw the seat being placed in different locations, and with the steer-by-wire technology, again, that just lets you put the steering wheel almost anywhere on the platform. And because of that, they're going to be able to build all sorts of different vehicles, and it's going to be very versatile. Plus, let's just be honest, when you have Sarah Price, a professional driver and a cute lady, as your spokesperson, it's just a little sexier in a good way than, no offense to him, but Richard Kim. If you guys saw the tour that Jay Leno did, the guy did his best, but he's just not the best salesperson, right? It's better to have this woman as your spokesperson. So she says, honestly, I was super impressed by how fun it was to whip around the desert. The overall performance was on point. The skateboard felt powerful with smooth and dynamic handling, especially during high-speed cornering. Plus, I got to test out the first true steer-by-wire system, meaning there's no mechanical connection between the steering, throttle, or braking system, and it felt like it was built for the track. So you guys can see that. I mean, this sounds a lot better, right? It makes the technology platform feel a lot better than how they were presenting it before. But that's not all. That's just the first part. If this is what they were announcing yesterday, I would have been very disappointed because we had seen the technology platform before. We had seen the skateboard before, and it had been driven around. So that by itself was just not enough. But there's a lot more. So let's talk about the Analyst Day and the new investor presentation that they showed us. And now I believe it's going to change the game for this company. So let's remember that this isn't a company that's been a meme stock. So if you think of Vecto IQ, Hyliion, or Lordstown, people have been gravitating to these stocks naturally and organically. They haven't really needed to do anything special. People right out of the gate were willing to pour their money into it because they just like the company and like the business model. Well, the same thing hasn't happened with Canoo. People were not willing to do that. In fact, when the merger was announced, the stock went down, which created negative momentum right away. So now they have to do something different to try to fix that. Well, here's what I'm going to do is I'm going to list both investor presentations in the description so you guys can do a deep dive if you want. So we're not going to be looking over every slide, but I just wanted to show you the main difference between both. And the second one is going to be more oriented towards analysts. And the reason why I feel like this is important is that if you look at a company like Workhorse, which some of you might be invested in, well, look at how in May and June The price targets by the analysts were $4.50. And now as the price went up and people started to really like invest into it, they all had to increase their price targets. So this one went from to 11.50, this one went from 10 to 26, 11, 12 to 27, and 23. So this legitimizes the company towards bigger investors that are able to buy millions of shares. Right? We're small investors like most of us. So yeah, you can buy a few hundred shares, but that's not going to make a huge movement. But these guys, when they can get in and really start investing and pouring millions into the stock, that's when it can make a big difference. So this is why I like it. When we go back to the presentation, this is the August one, where you can see front and center they have the bus, and this is what they want to showcase. They want you to, this is their baby. This is what they want you to think about is their bus. If you go down to another slide, 3 phases of revenue streams. Yeah, they do talk about the engineering services, and throughout the presentation, they will talk about the skateboard. But what they really want you to pay attention to, right, and what they talk about the revenues here is business to consumer, the bus launching in 2022. So no commitment subscription program. They expect that this is going to be their main revenue driver, and then later on, right, they talk about the business to business, not only their van in 2023, but look, they even put both together: canoe delivery vehicle and skateboarding licensing, upside opportunity. So for them, it's not even their main focus. They're putting it as a backup plan almost. So if we go down again, this is their vehicle offerings. First thing, again, first and center is their van, the business to consumer lifestyle vehicle. Of course, like it's chronological too, but after that they have the business to business delivery vehicle and then the sports vehicle third. So these feel almost like afterthoughts, right? The first thing that they want to do is start their subscription model. And if you look at the economics, this is what you guys I know already. I mentioned this. This is what I hated in the first year. Right? They say that their cost is $20,000. They make $11,000 in revenue, so they're going to be losing $9,000 per unit in the first year. So that's one of the reasons why people just did not buy into this model. Now, if we move to the investor presentation that they have for the analysts yesterday, everything is different about it. Like they put front and center the vast versatility of their technology platform, right? Right away, instead of just having the bus in front, you can see that they're listing all vehicles. But if you keep going down, right, I mean, you'll see this throughout. Here, vehicle offerings, look, it's not the bus first. They're talking about their engineering and technology. This is what this company is specialized in. This is what their main strength is. So they're talking about, their engineering contracts, and then the fact that they'll be able to license the skateboard. And then again, right after this, you have the business to business. Right, this is going to be their next big focus. And then you have the business to consumer, which is going to be not necessarily their backup plan. They're still going to focus on the lifestyle vehicle, but it's not the only thing that they're focusing on right now. You guys know this already. I mentioned it. Before they said that they were willing to abandon the subscription program if it didn't work, I wasn't interested in this company. But once they said that they weren't going to live or die by that model, then that became a lot more attractive. So we'll go over this pretty quickly, but in this slide, they show you the delivery van and the potential size of the market. And of course, they'll still talk about the business consumer, which is fine. I mean, it's going to be a part of the business, and I have no problem with that. But they kind of flipped the script, and now it's not the only thing that they're focusing on. Everything flows from the skateboard. Right? This is their technology platform. This is the moneymaker. This is what the company is specialized in. So I'm just going to scroll down quickly to show you guys some things. So first, of course, they're talking about the engineering and technology services because they'll be making hundreds of millions of dollars with their engineering and partnerships. So they're going to be working with Hyundai, and then they list more to come. So do they already have some? I'm not quite sure, but I just want to show you guys again, they're focusing on different aspects of the business. Then right after that, you have the delivery vehicle. Well, they're not focusing on the subscription model now. They're putting more emphasis on the delivery vehicle. It's a lot sexier. It's a lot easier to sell. So then if we go down to the specs, right, they have 14.5 meters square for capacity, which compares favorably to a lot of their competitors. So this is what they're going to be focusing on. And again, that's a lot easier to sell than the subscription model. Now, after that, they talk about the lifestyle vehicle, the bus, which, I mean, I don't hate it personally, but, if we go down, I want you to notice that, hey, something is missing here. You know what's missing? This chart, right? So now they're not telling people right away, hey, we have a business model. We're going to be losing $9,000 per unit in the first year. So do you guys find this deceptive? Let me know what you guys think. To me, I just find it smart that they're not going to tell people right away that they're going to be losing money, right? It's going to make it a lot easier to sell this company as an attractive opportunity if they don't put as much focus on the subscription model. So then, of course, they talk about the other opportunities like the sports vehicle. That's way down the line in 5 years. And then, yeah, then of course, you'll talk about subscription and they'll try to sell it and tell you like the pros of it. But again, they completely flipped the script and now it's taking a backseat to their other strengths. So has all of this helped the stock? Well, not really. This is more of a long-term strategy that's going to help it over the next months and years as they focus more on the technology platform that we care about and is more attractive and a lot less on the subscription model. If you guys remember in the previous investor presentation, in some parts they were comparing themselves to Netflix. Well, that didn't appeal to any of us. What we care about is the electric vehicle platform, not their subscription model. So today, of course, it was up 2.19% because the stock market was up on fairly low volume, 1.1 million compared to the usual 1.24 million. And if we look at the chart itself, you guys know that in the past week and a half, 2 weeks, it had been steadily coming down from a little above 13, right? And it went under 13. Now it's kind of stabilizing, right? Hopefully it's going to keep that uptrend, right? It's very slight, but at least now we're not falling anymore. If we look on MACD, you can see that there's more buyers than sellers and it's slightly uptrending. So we'll have to see if it can keep doing that over the next month or two. Personally, right now, my cost basis is 11.67 on my shares, and I'm very happy with that. As long as it's under $12, I'm going to keep buying and trying to lower it even more because I have the warrants and I have shares. So right now I'm at 11.67. I probably will keep buying more shares, especially if it goes back down under 11. Now the warrants are at 241. They were up 15% today, and very nice momentum. We needed that because recently they were above $3, so we really got battered over the past week or two. Now, if you guys are into the stock and you really want to be into it for several years, I mean, these are really good deals just because of the fact that since they last for 5 years, if the stock's under $18, that gives you so much time. Like within the next 5 years, this stock will pop. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if within 2 months, right, when it gets closer to the merger, there's a nice ramp up for it. But the fact that we're buying it early before the ramp up is what gives us a lot of protection and very nice upside. So as I wrap up, I just wanted to thank all 11 of you that signed up for the referral program using my code. As I mentioned before, it's free. I don't make money out of it. It's just to show support for the company and get all of the announcements when they publish something new. So if you guys want to sign up using my code, I'll put it in the description. Again, it's mostly for fun, right? No one's making money out of it. And I might get a 3D printed model to show you guys eventually. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you like this company. Tell me in the description if you like it or if you don't like it still, and we'll talk about it. Can't wait to see what you guys have to say, and I'll see you guys in the next video.